Hey guys, it's Sam with Ready, Set, Go. Welcome to the video. Pleasure to have you guys aboard today. You know, today's video is pretty important to me, and I'm super excited to share this with you guys. I've been at this internet marketing thing for about 2 to 3 years, and I've seen a lot of ups and a lot of downs, and I want to share with you guys kind of some of the things I learned along the way for especially for those of you that are new to making money online, kind of want to give you an idea of what is possible. I'm going to talk through about 5 different methods of making money, the strengths and weaknesses of each, what type of skill sets you can expect or you'll need to learn for each method, and the amount of money and the profitability of each one. So, we're going to cover all of that in this video, and hopefully it gives you guys a sense of what direction to take with developing passive income streams and developing web properties and making money without actually working every single hour of the day. So that's the topic of this video, and we're going to dive right into that. But just a quick note before we get started. If you guys do end up enjoying the video or you find it useful, I really appreciate it if you could give it a like or subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of these type of videos, and I try to share as much of what I've learned over the years with you guys. So just really love to see that feedback and that engagement from you guys. All right, let's get started then. All right, so method number 4, buying websites. This is probably one of the coolest ways that I've ran across recently, and I actually just started getting into this. And I think the reason was because it does take a little bit of knowledge about, the internet and just in general how it works, affiliate marketing, ads, and all that, what's going on behind the curtains of the stage. But once you kind of know how to monetize a website, how to grow a website, SEO, social media, you can essentially jump right in and buy a website. There's a website called Flippa, and you can essentially purchase a website that obviously you need to go through your own checklist and vet the seller and vet the website to make sure that it's in line with what you're trying to purchase. But once you purchase the website, you'll already be generating some revenue. So you're just collecting monthly checks. And then if you do have that knowledge on how to improve or grow your site, you can increase that monthly revenue. And, you know, investing $1,000 to get a site that's making $20 a month, maybe not 20, but usually it's around 20 to 25x of monthly revenue, the cost of the website. So, you're collecting these monthly rent checks and you're setting them aside. And then eventually you can use all that profit to purchase another website and kind of scale up your portfolio from there. And it's interesting because it's essentially, in my mind, it's very analogous to rental properties. People buy apartments, people buy houses, and they rent them out. So there's some cost involved with maintenance. If the dishwasher goes out, you need to improve on that. You need to get a new dishwasher in. You can, replace the carpet with hardwood flooring. There's a number of things you can do to improve the site, but the ultimate goal is collect that monthly revenue. And once you've paid off that website, you can essentially use everything you keep after paying off the website as profit. And from there, you can just keep on building until, if you had 10 rental properties or 2 houses that you're renting out, whatever that number may be, it's it's all about growing your assets. And in this way, we're viewing each website as an asset. And you want to grow that portfolio of assets. So down the road, you're just collecting monthly rent checks. So that's essentially from a high level what buying websites is kind of like. And getting into the nitty gritty here, learning curve high. You're spending a lot of money on these websites. There's sites that sell for 20, 30K. You might not be the first site you buy, but to invest 20K in anything, you want to know exactly what you're doing. So you do need some experience with managing a website and knowing what to look for to make sure that you're getting value out of your purchase. On the flip side, the profit potential is extremely high. You know, if some of these 20, 30K sites, even a 5K site, if you find a website that's being undervalued, if you find a website where you know that you can easily triple the monetization just by implementing a new web design, it's there's a lot of potential there. If you find a website that is lacking in one or two things and you know that you can fix it fairly easily, you can take a website that is making $500 a month, go to $1,500 a month over the course of 1 or 2 months. So looking for things that are undervalued is key in this. You don't want to play, you don't want to pay market, you don't want to overpay. You want to make sure you're getting a good deal on this. So, scouring Flippa, looking every single day. I'll toss up another great resource on the screen here. But scouring these marketplaces for potential opportunities is kind of the name of the game. And once you buy the website, though, the time investment is super low. You might have to spend 5 to 10 hours. If you buy an e-commerce site, you might have to process the orders through your dropshipper, or you might have to return some emails from customer complaints, whatever it may be. There's going to be a few hours a week that you're going to have to invest, but overall, it's going to be a lot less than building a website from the ground up. So, but then again, capital investment high, which is because you are purchasing something, you are purchasing a business, you're purchasing something that is already making revenue. The hardest grind aspect of it is already done.